Bengaluru Mysuru Highway. Rumor has it that one in every three Bengaluru resident has used this highway, be it for few kilometers. But this trusty 120-kilometer highway was operating way beyond its capacity. The solution? Bengaluru Mysuru Expressway, a project worth upwards of 8,000 crores, promising a safer, quicker, and seamless connectivity between Bengaluru and Mysuru. So, is it a worthy successor? Let's find out. So, for the expressway, we are taking the flyover, which is the entry point to the Bengaluru Mysuru Expressway. First impressions, it's such a satisfying feeling escaping the traffic on my left. And of course, similar protocol follows for the old highway. The difference starts here. The traffic, which can get really painful on weekends and rush hour, greets you with open arms. On my right, you can see people just zipping past all this traffic. The 5-odd-kilometer flyover leads directly to the first toll gate and is definitely a game changer. I'm sure whatever is happening below this isn't all that pretty. Well, it's not all that bad. You have 4 lanes with 2 on the left dedicated to the local traffic, but put in a few heavy vehicles on the weekends and you get the idea. So that's our first toll gate, and chances are that you'll find it empty most of the time. We'll get to the reason in a while. For now, a toll of 170 rupees is deducted from our FASTag account. On my right is the toll gate. You see, the Bengaluru Mysuru Highway had always been toll free, so this just feels, well, natural. So far, the expressway makes sense. The roads are smooth and the speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour, meaning you make good progress right from the start. And reaching Mysuru in under 90 minutes is possible if needed. Seeing the old highway in its original glory at few stretches sure is nostalgic. Not everybody is going from Bengaluru to Mysuru, and the initial 170 rupees makes no sense to anyone going to nearby towns. This is an access controlled highway, but we see no toll gates at any exits. Had they split the toll according to the distance traveled, that would have made sense. Also, there are no dedicated fuel stations and eateries, meaning you will have to exit the expressway in order to refuel your vehicle or yourself. Fuel stations and eateries were never an issue on the old highway. People who traveled in the morning had a fixed place for breakfast, who traveled in noon for lunch, and for those who ventured out at night, had a fixed place for their dinner. We've reached the Ramanagara exit in under 20 minutes. Earlier, you needed 20 minutes to exit Ramanagara. The express highway bypasses both Ramanagara and Channapatna. Remember those welcome signboards on entry and thank you on exit? They did give this highway some character, and it was the only milestone you ever needed. We've reached the traffic signal at Ramnagara, and rewind a few years, and we would have taken at least 2 or maybe even 3 traffic halts to clear this. Highway hypnosis is a thing, and on these monotonous roads, it can rob you of your precious reaction time. Sadly, there's no safe place to stop, so you have to get off the expressway or stop at one of the two toll plazas. It's been an hour and we are just outside Channapatna, the land of wooden toys. Remember the toll gate being traffic free? And as you drive ahead on the old highway, there's hardly any traffic and you have people coming in all directions. Rings a bell? You see, the road on my right isn't a true expressway. It's a hybrid between a highway and an expressway, which is why people use it in hybrid mode. They use the old highway to bypass the toll gates and get on the expressway after that. Getting the best of both worlds, I would say. 1 hour and we have covered close to 90 kilometers. We have just bypassed Mandya and we have hardly touched the triple digit speed limit. The road surface is extremely smooth, though we would have liked a better maintenance of the median. It's been 1.5 hours and we will be entering Mandya. Earlier, you mentally prepare yourself for the next 6 kilometers as soon as you saw this PGS Mahadwara. You could take anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes depending on the traffic. Talk to any veteran user of the old highway and they will tell you a story regarding the traffic in Mandya. We have reached our second toll gate on the expressway and the toll here is 160 rupees. The distance between the two toll plazas is about 95 kilometers. If you're exhausted or need a break, this would be a good place to stop. We will be reaching Mysuru in a couple of kilometers. So, is the new expressway a good solution? Of course it is. It cuts down the travel time significantly. But is it the optimal solution? You let me know in the comments below. Back on the old highway, we've covered 100 kilometers in about 2 hours. To my right is the second toll plaza. Bear with us for a few more kilometers as we reach Mysuru and calculate the expenses on both the roads. Wouldn't it make more sense to just widen the old highway and bypass all the towns along the route and let everyone, including two-wheelers, use it at a nominal fee? Or use it strictly as an access-controlled expressway with exit gates and charge the user accordingly? Let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments below. Using the expressway, we reached the junction at Mysuru in 1 hour 25 minutes, covering a distance of 121 kilometers at an average speed of 85 kilometers per hour. The fuel consumption 17.2 kilometers per liter. And using the old highway, 121.4 kilometers. Almost 2 hours 17 minutes of drive at an average speed of 53 kilometers per hour. The fuel consumption being 15 kilometers to the liter.